Hi, you guys, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander, and we are here today because we're going to be watching this interview with a friend of the show, The Lampo Show, as well as Zakira's mother and her. I want to make sure I get her name correct. It's Jolanda. So Jolanda. So we're going to be watching this interview because the story is well known. It has not begun yet, and I got it muted because I want to go over a little bit of the details if you're not familiar with this story. The reason why I want to go over the details is because before she gets into it, I want to make sure it's laid out abundantly clear. So, welcome everybody to the show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for we were a little bit late. We're a little bit late, okay? But we got it. We got it on lock, okay? We got it on lock, okay? Okay, one second. Let me just update one thing. Okay, perfect. And let's see who's all in the building, right? Who all here today? Let's see who's all here. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Triple Leo. Hello, Sassy. Hello, Mary Frances. Mary Frances says, hello, nosy people, and Chief Steph. I'm ready for the tea. Child, I don't know if you're ready for this tea. This is from Amber. Hello, Shannon. Hello, MT Strength. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Tree Tips. A lot of trees coming up in here. Hello, Tree. Hey, Tree Tips in the house. I like that. Hello, Shan. Hello, Rashida. Hello, Yo Cool. Hello, Jada. Or I'm sorry, Deja. How you doing, Deja? Hello, Nicole. Hello, Elise. Hello, Chaz Princeton. How you doing today? Hello, Ditch Doctor. Hello, Erica. Hello, Parrish. Hello, Unicorn and Dimples. Hello, Anastasia. Wu Chow. Statement 92. Mandersley. Hey, Mandersley. I see you. Mandersley. I saw a video of a dude doing a thirst trap, and I saw a video of a girl. Side note, but I saw a video of a girl talking about she was in a throuple relationship, and I saw you in the comments. I saw you in the comments. Okay, don't be ignorant. I saw you in there. This is from Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Courtney. Hello, Lucky Lady. Hello, Lady T. What's a lot of y'all in the building? Okay, let's slide in quick. Hello, Gina. Hello, Diane Ortiz. Hello, Mika. All the way from Facebook. Hello, Tracy. So let's begin. I think there's talking, and I want to get started.
Um, in the morning of July the 8th, I received a call from my friend Keisha Cole. Was telling me that one of the parents' mom was trying to get in touch with me. That was something wrong with the kids. That there was something wrong with the kids. And I asked her, I said, what is going on with the kids? I thought maybe they didn't got in trouble, got arrested, something like that. She was like, I don't know. They wouldn't tell me. So when I did call the mother was like, I got to call somebody else. She had to call another third party. And when I got on the line with that third party, I'm still asking what's going on with the kids. Because I'm like, now I'm getting panicking, like what is going on with the kids? I'm frustrated. And she sobbing so much, she won't tell me anything. And I'm like, what is going on? And then finally I said, is my baby dead? And when I said it was my baby dead, the call was lost. I don't know if they hung up, the call dropped. I don't know.
Wow.
But I started calling my sister, my family. I was calling everybody because I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I even called Rhonda's aunt. She came over here with me. I was like, Kira's dead, I didn't have no answers. Couldn't get no answers. And then I think once everybody really started getting over here, that's when we started receiving, calls from like Michael, the parent, Michael's mom.
So let me back up. So when your daughter left Texas, did she have her location on when she left?
Yes, that was the main agreement. Because first of all, even though she was 20, she's my baby. You know what I mean? And everybody wanted to say I was a hard controlling mom. I love my daughter. I don't care, what people think or whatever. If that's called control, that's what I'm doing. So she was going to a place she never been before. She was going somewhere where we have no family. So I wanted to make sure I knew her location at all times. And her location was on at all times. They actually left the morning of July the 3rd.
Okay.
And it was a 20-some hour drive. So they made it on the morning of July the 4th. So they had been up there several days before anything. Actually, the morning of the 8th, she had sent me a text. She said, we probably come back on the 8th or the 9th, but I was expecting her on the 8th. And I talked to her that Thursday. She said she was their boy's dad. They lived on a lakefront. So she said she was sitting out on the porch watching the rain hit the water. That's why every time I hear rain now, it does something to me, because I remember that's the last thing she said. But she texted me the morning of the 7th, and she said, Mom, can you send me money to go out with? And I said, you want money to go out with? Do you have gas money to get home? Because these people that's with you, they need to be helping you. You done already drove up there. You shouldn't. She was like, Mom, I got money for all of that. I just didn't have no extra to go out. And of course, you know, I sent her the money or whatever. And I worked from 5 in the evening to 1:30 in the morning. So at 10:30, I looked at at 10:30, I looked at her location. They was at a bowling alley location. I think it was Landover or Hangover or something like that. I did see her location then, you know, didn't think anything of it. But as I was getting ready to clock out, I was standing to get ready to clock out at 1 a.m. And I looked at her location, and her location was off. And I'm like, why is her location off? So, you know, I started to call her, but my daughter, anybody that knows Zkira knows she's going to sleep. She's going to sleep wherever she is. So I said, okay, it's 1 o'clock here, it's 2 o'clock there. I know she's asleep, you know. I said, but I'll wake up early enough to tell her to turn that location back on before they get on that road and come back or whatever. But I remember walking to my car that night. I was planning her birthday for November. Her birthday was November the 18th. And I remember planning her birthday because I was going to the Dominican Republic with some friends the week of her birthday, because my best friend one of my best friends and her has the same birthday. But I was going to fly back and meet her in Vegas because I'm a single mother. So long we did struggle, but you would never know we struggled because Kira never went without. If you saw Kira, she was best, hair done, everything done. Kira was always at her best because I made sure of that, you know? So we was finally in a position that I could let her enjoy life. You know what I mean? And I'm walking to the car at 1 a.m. planning my baby's birthday when at 2 o'clock in Maryland, this tragedy is taking place. Didn't have no clue. And sometimes it still bothers me because 3 months prior, Kira was hit by a drunk driver. It wasn't seriously, but I woke up 2 hours before that, prayed over her, covered her, and, you know, she was good. You know what I'm saying? So to know that she went through this type of tragedy and I was slept through it, it kind of bothers me, you know? It bothers me. I didn't think it was a problem. I never thought it was a problem, you know? In fact, when they did tell me, when they finally did say that Kira was, I think it was Michael mom. No, I don't want to lie and say who it was, but when we first heard it, they was like Kira was driving. She was driving drunk, lost control of the car, and hit a tree. And at first, I was like, Kira, if she was that drunk, she would have been like, no, we gonna stay where we at, or, you know, can you get Uber, whatever. But, you know, like I said, I don't know what happened, you know, so
exactly.
That was strange for me to know that Kira was driving, because I'm like, first of all, this is a place that she's never been. Kira ain't just gonna drive like that. She's not. And then, you know, but I accepted the fact because I had no reason to think anything was wrong. So it wasn't until her friend Seneca came over. And Seneca said, I was telling Seneca, and she was like, no, Mom, Kira was in the back seat. And I said, what you mean? She said, the last story Kira posted, she was in the back seat. And they pulled up the story, and sure enough, she was in the back seat. But I didn't have
who is Aiden? Who was Aiden?
Aiden was the other friend that was already in Maryland. He had already flew out. It was his dad's house that they were staying at.
Okay.
Yeah, it was his dad's house. They were staying at on the lake. He was
So
another.
Now let me pause it real quick because I have to get you guys caught up to speed. So Aiden, the Lampo show, the host is asking, who is Aiden? Aiden is the hostess's house, right? He goes by the name, and let me pull up his Facebook so you guys know exactly who we talking about. Okay, hold on one second. I'll pull up his image here so you know exactly who we're talking about, so we can add a face to these yahoos. One second. You're going to hear some beeps. Hold on. Okay. Let me pull it up. Is this it? Yeah, that's him. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me share my screen. Pull it up here. This is Aiden's dad. This is Addison C. Fair. So this is where Zkira was staying with his family. Zkira, Mike, and Rhonda. He was hosting them at his home. Okay, and Aiden is his son. Got it? Okay, we're all caught up to speed. Let's get back into the show. Oh wait, wrong window open. Okay, this one.
So you got to talk to Aiden's mom, right?
Yeah, and I talked to Aiden, and when I talked to Aiden, I was so broken at the time. When I talked to Aiden, I was like, Aiden, what happened? He was like, I didn't go. I stayed back with my mom. But that evening, my sister and my brother-in-law came over, and I had a bunch of people in my living room. And they told me I need to come in the back with them.
Take your time.
And when I went in the back with them, my sister told me that my baby was burnt so bad that I could identify.
Wow.
And that just it sent a pain that you can imagine. All I could do is just pass out and scream on bed. People don't understand.
If y'all didn't understand what she said that they told her baby had been burned so bad that they couldn't identify her.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I didn't think I would. I thought I had it together.
Don't have anything to be sorry about. Nothing at all. Nothing.
So, I remember calling her aunt, Brenda's aunt, and I said, Fred, they left my baby in that car. And when I told her and she burnt up, she passed out. She kind of like passed out. She was like, no, Londa, if they could have got her, they would have got her. And I was like, they left my baby in the car. And, you know, it was emotional for everybody. And it was emotional for everybody. And, you know, since it's been going on, it's been a lot of fuming back and forth, a lot of animosity. And the animosity is sad because they think I just want to blame somebody just to blame somebody because they feel like, oh, you and Kira was fighting, you feeling guilty. Let me tell you, the fight that they're talking about, me and my daughter got into it 2 weeks prior. No, it was 3 weeks prior.
But what parent does not disagree?
And that's the point I'm trying to make, and that's what I want to be clear. Nothing I said I did to my child, I did not mean at that time. I did mean it because I said it. And you want to know, we was fighting again about Rhonda and Mike. Because my child is home for school. They want her to come 2 hours and 30 minutes away to take them to the store, take them here and take them there. Every other morning, he's calling and telling them, come get her. I don't want her down here. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm taking care of you. How am I taking care of you and you trying to take care of somebody else? So she wanted to get smart. So guess what? I told her, get out. And she had on the towels. But I got a son, and my son was like, Mom, you ain't doing it like that, whatever. And she was like, oh, she got out. She stood outside for a while, but she came back in.
So I want to make sure we stay on task, right? So hold on, something on my nose. Okay, so she's talking about the animosity. So what does that even mean? So when she was Mrs. Kemp was coming out trying to ask questions like what happened, who was driving, Mike's mother and Rhonda's mother, the two kids who went with Zkira on the trip to Maryland, were, instead of allowing her to talk to the kids who were there, their mothers stood in the way and tried to slander her as a mother. And some of the messages that they sent to her in regards to her relationship with Zkira are probably the most deplorable things I have ever read in my life. And I'm gonna pull them up because you guys need to see them because they wrote them and she published them. So I'm gonna share my screen with you here, and then we're gonna get back into the interview. Don't you fret, okay? So Jolanda posted this screenshot of a conversation that Rhonda, the Zkira's supposed friend's mom, said about her, and I'm going to read them to you. So she says, tell that B word, that epithet, ha ha ha, I got mine, referring to her daughter, like I got my daughter. Then she calls her a stupid, you know what? She says, keep coming for my baby, regardless of what you think. I always got my baby, and never once has she wanted anything. Good thing I still got time. You don't. Like, basically, I got time with my daughter because my daughter's alive, and that you don't. She says, that's what she called her, another, talking about her weight, lazy, can't keep a man or anybody for that matter. If you want my sister to be her mom, so be it. But one thing's for sure, I talk to mine every day. Your time is up. So these are the people who are fighting with her when she's simply asking questions about who drove her daughter's car that led to the accident. This is how they respond. This is the gutter that comes out of their mouth about a mother who lost their child, simply looking for who drove her daughter's vehicle. Insane. These people are insane. Let's get back to the story.
She thought she was going to go with the car, and I said, oh no, ma'am, you ain't going to take that car nowhere. And she walked over her friend's house. So fast forward 2 weeks before that, me and her went to Mississippi together. My cousin was having a fifth. Yeah, but I was supposed to protect her. I couldn't understand why would he choose those words. Because I was like, if she was driving drunk, you would think he would say, I shouldn't have let her drive,
Oh, okay, so they told you that she was driving drunk, but when you got the autopsy report back, what did it say?
It said she was found in the back seat, rear back seat behind the driver.
So they're not wanting to tell you who was actually driving that car.
Yes. And I can understand if it was an accident. If it was an accident, they had to told me that in the very beginning. We could have been past what we're past now, And it's not only Michael and Rhonda that I'm having a problem with. It's the medical examiner's office with their reports. It's the Charleston.
So what did the medical examiner tell you?
The report stated that the body was so severely burned that both forearms, right greater than the left, her lower legs, everything was burnt to that it was amputated off. She had no arms and no legs.
Wow.
And they said the body that they received was 88 pounds, 3 feet, 3 inches. My daughter was 169 pounds, 5'4". So I'm like, hold on, wait. She lost 2 inches?
So were you able to bring her body back to where you were?
No. I went there with my friends and we tried to go see the body, but they said the state of Maryland state guidelines at the medical examiner don't allow the family to see the body there. I was just told on this week I could have went to the funeral home, but I wasn't given that option. In order for me, my only option, because I didn't believe in cremation. Even though she was burnt, I still wanted the body to bury,
Right.
But they told me that my only option was to get a funeral home there, and I had to pay and sign for cremation before anything could even be released to me.
That makes no sense at all.
So when I asked to see my sister, I had my sister to send off for the autopsy report, and we also requested the pictures and everything that was from the report. We got the autopsy report, and we never got the pictures. And when I called back and asked for the pictures, they told me I would have to get a lawyer or just as a subpoena to receive those pictures and everything. Because the reason I wanted to see the pictures, because the medical examiner report is so inconsistent. It's so many mistakes. Because in the thing, it said that she had no arms, right greater than left, but they said the identification tag was on the right wrist.
But how can they tell you that you got to cremate your child? How?
That's what I was fighting. I was like, I was fighting it. I was saying, hey, that's my right. This is my right. I'm her mother.
Right.
But I wasn't given that. I wasn't given anything. They violated my rights. And then when I got there this week and they allowed me to see those pictures, when I saw those pictures, I didn't know what I was looking at, honestly. They were so horrific that I was trying to find pieces to just be like, oh, okay, this is, I tried to look in the mouth, but I couldn't tell the teeth, So I asked the medical examiner, I said, hey, can I just see the dental records that y'all use to identify with so I could, have that peace of mind? They denied me that right again. And I was like, yes. And I said, why can't I see the pictures? She said, we don't have them. And I said, what do you mean you don't have them? I said, you signed off on this report telling me this is my child from her dental records. Right. Now you're telling me that you don't have them. I have to call another doctor to get them. So if you don't have them, how did you have me sending over a body to have me cremated that y'all didn't say it was really you wrote and signed off on this medical examiner thing saying that this was my child?
Yes, you're gonna need a real good attorney to fight this case.
Because and if anyone sees this, please, because I will be firing my attorney in the morning.
Wow.
Because it's like you hiring people, but you got to do all the work behind it. And it's not like I'm trying to say it's a conspiracy. All I want to know is, if this is my child, show me what y'all used. Because with the inconsistencies and everything that's happening, I don't know what's going on. She told me that a piece of her clothing survived, which did look like the piece of shirt that she had on that night. And they said it was a butterfly neck. She had a butterfly necklace. While she was talking to my sister pulled up a picture and let her see what Zkira had on that night. And she saw the butterfly necklace on her neck. And she was like, oh.
Did we lose her?
She said that was the necklace. I said, okay, where is the necklace? She went down to property and she came back up. She said, we sent it over to the funeral. We sent it over with the funeral home. So I had my sister to call the funeral home while we was there. And the funeral home said they take detailed, what they said? They take detailed records and they receive no necklace. So can't nobody possess the necklace.
It sounds like there's a lot of stuff being covered up in this case. And if your daughter was not driving that vehicle when it crashed, what was the cause of the accident?
We don't know, because when we went to the accident, first of all, I went there. I got there July the 15th. So July the 16th. And when we went out to the the newspaper article that was in Maryland, we took that address, and me and my friends, we went up there. Because when we was first told about the accident, we was told that it happened in the middle of nowhere. They couldn't get help. Somebody even said that they was propped up against a fence when the paramedics got there. I'm not sure who said that, so don't.
Let me pause it really quick because I want to get to some of your comments. We're going to keep going. This story is so crazy, right? So from medical examiners to dodgy cops to dodgy kids, the Addison character, whoever that Coach Addison, whoever that creep is. And she hasn't even gotten to the worst part of the story. I just want to let you guys know, I've already spoken with Jolanda, and she has shared a lot of details with me, but I want her to tell the story. And all I'm going to be doing is just being the liaison to make sure the story sounds consistent and cohesive, right? So all I'm doing is just putting the timeline together for you guys. But let me get to some of your comments, and then we're going to hit play back into this because video is crazy. This interview is wild. It's from Dish Doctor. Dish Doctor says, I have been burnt, and they don't have skin on. It's hard to identify those bodies. Incredibly hard to identify them. It's incredibly hard to identify them. So it's safe, especially in a grieving process, it's safe to believe that she may not believe that that body is her daughter's. Does that make sense? And so I just give her space to feel that. Who am I to tell her she's wrong? So I just give her space that's a grieving process, right? And I agree with you. This from Allison. What's up, Allison? Says, how did they identify her correctly? Where's the necklace? I think they did it with her dental records. Now, I think they should have given the mom a copy of her dental records, not the dental records of Zkira going to the dentist on a regular basis, but what they were able to comprise once she was removed from the records. They should have at least given her a copy of that. They told her she needed a subpoena. I don't think they should. I think they should have just been kind to a mom and gave it to her. This from YNV says, it sounds like she wanted to see the body for confirmation, of course, but it's also have closure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I wouldn't. I don't know if I could stomach it, but everybody's different, right? Everybody's grieving process is different. And that includes just me looking at a loved one. I don't know if I don't know if I could do it. The way that my brain works, I'd never forget it. And I don't want to see something I don't want to see something I could never forget. Does that make sense? This one Allison says, we're in Maryland because she need a lawyer. Clearly, I'm not entirely sure of the city, but if you go to our TikTok page, Nosy Bystanders, I've already done a 3-part series, and it shows you the news article where the city is located. And this from Jasmine says, at this point, all my kids need is me, right? Because this is like Bad Friends Month. First Shanquilla, then Zkira. It's just like Bad Friends Month. You know what I mean? It's like Bad Friends Month. Okay. What's up, Kamiko? How you doing today? Hello, Mimi. How are you? Hello, April. How you doing? It says somebody doesn't want their job. This poor woman. Child. Let's get back into her interview.
Take me for my word or whatever, but it was supposed to be in the middle of nowhere. They couldn't get no help or anything. So me and my friends, we got on tennis shoes. We thinking we gonna have to go down up in the woods because they said it went off, in the woods. Not kids. They came down. My son died in the fire. My other son in critical condition. The girl was hurt, but she was okay. And now I'm even more confused because I'm like, it was supposed to be 2 girls and a boy.
Okay, so she is, because when we pause the video, it doesn't pause it where she stops talking. It pauses it where we pause it, but it continues to go. So she's explaining the story about our good friend right here, Coach Addison. Now, let me tell you where Coach Addison falls and play into the story. She went to go see her daughter's wreckage. Coach Addison, where the kids were staying at his house, he was hosting all the kids. He came out to the wreckage, I think a day after or the next day, When the mom, Jolanda, arrived, she talked to the neighbors, and the neighbors told her probably the craziest tale I've ever heard. And I have the recording. So she gets there. The neighbors come out. She's just filming the area, looking at the scene, looking at the tree, looking at the road, just doing regular investigative stuff. The neighbor comes outside, just a random neighbor where the accident occurred, and they tell her this tale. Now, just pay close attention because I'm only going to say it one time and then we're going to get back into her story. He tells them, "Did you also have an accident here?" And Jolanda says, "What do you mean? My daughter's car crashed here and she died." The neighbor says, and I have the recording. I just don't have time to pull it up and play it, but I will post it sometime this week. The neighbor says, "Oh, well, there was a man, a tall man in this black truck. And he came out here with two boys. And he said that his one son died in a car accident right here. So I'm wondering if there's two car accidents." And she said, "No, there's only one." So the neighbor is even more confused because he's like, "Well, why would he tell me that his son died in a car accident right here 2 days ago?" She said, "I don't know." And when she reached out to Mr. Addison to ask him why he told that unusual tale, he blocked her. He blocked her on all social media. So you have this crackpot inserting himself, right? Where her daughter and her friends were staying at his home, and she has no idea who was in the car, who was driving the car, why he tried to take ownership of the car or ownership of the accident, why he claimed to a stranger that his son was in the accident, left a memorial there. Apparently, according to the neighbor, he left a memorial there for his quote unquote dead son. And the neighbor said, "I just didn't touch it because I was like, this is a grieving father. Whoop-de-whoop." So thank God for nosy neighbors. Let's get back into her interview. I know y'all be sending me these stories. I just want y'all to know, don't act shocked. Y'all send me these stories. I got tagged 1,000,000 times in her post, and yep, we're about to open up this can of worms.
Now those two boys and a girl,
Right.
So I'm like, when I got to the scene, I'm not gonna tell you. When I got to the scene, I felt absolutely nothing. I looked at the scene. It'll be 5 months on the 8th.
And still no answer.
I still don't have a final police report.
Wow.
I still have inconsistencies with the medical examiner, the police officers, nothing. Dealing with let's talk about St. Charles County Police Department. I got a very supportive family. I got a great support system. And with this going on, my sister has been taking care of a lot of everything for me. But I was calling the detectives 24/7. They was telling me in July, I missed the key important part. So July the 22nd, Detective Brooks called me and he said, "Ma'am, me and my supervisor, Sergeant Juan Morales, have just met with the medical examiner, Jordan Taylor, and she told us," he said, "I know nothing I say to you can give you peace or comfort, but I just wanted to give you a peace of mind and tell you your daughter didn't suffer through the fire. The doctor said that she died on impact and she was dead before the fire started." And I took that. It kind of gave me comfort, that I didn't know if my baby suffered during that fire,
Mm-hmm.
So let's fast forward to September the 20th. Dr. Taylor calls me with the final autopsy report. And she tells me that she got the final report. She said, due to Kira's injuries, unless a paramedic was right there on site, she wouldn't have made it. She wouldn't have lived unless they started working on her. But she was still alive when the fire started. But that raised a red flag to me because in July, the detective just told me that you told them that she was dead on impact. And I'm like, hello, I'm confused. I'm even more confused now. She said, no, she probably could have made it. But, and this is another thing with the medical detective. Now, this week we went. We was there last week that we went. She told my sister, if they had got out of the car, she would have survived. So you see how I'm having a problem with the medical examiner? Her story just keeps changing and changing. I'm like, at this point, lady, just don't talk to me because I don't believe nothing coming out your mouth, you know? So I'm like, I need help. I need help. I need to know. And I just need to know what happened. I just need to know what they used to verify her. And why are all these lies and inconsistency? You know, people are saying, oh, she's lying. She ain't got proof. Or she just want to blame somebody because her and her daughter was into it.
No, I don't see
I
that.
Waited this long.
You answer. You're not trying to blame anybody.
And I didn't want to blame anybody. That's why I waited. I was waiting till I get hard copy evidence. I was waiting so I wouldn't be just out here pointing my finger trying to blame somebody. I want to know what happened. Point blank, period. If it was an accident, they was drinking, they was doing this and that, they had an accident, Kira was left in the car, she burned up, okay, we can move on. But I didn't get that. I got lies after lies after lies. So I'm refusing to just sit back and just say, oh, my baby's gone. Ain't nothing I could do. No, something happened to my baby.
You deserve those for what happened to her.
Something happened to my baby, and I want to know. So, as far as anybody upset with me, be upset. I birthed 2 kids in this world. God gave me 2 kids in this world, and I go behind them whatever I can. And they know they my heart. Did I depend on my daughter? Yes, that was my baby. That girl was there for me when my son didn't know how to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? They both have different places in my heart. That girl right there, that girl was a lover. You know, everybody.
Now, I read something you posted where I think it's the boy's mother that texts you. No, it was the girl Rhonda's mother that sent a message to you, and that message was just was horrible.
I expect that from her.
That was horrible. What
mother?
Mother tell another mother that has lost her child the things that she said to you? That was so wrong.
I didn't expect anything less from her. That's the type of person she is. See what she's doing. She's want to portray that my relationship was horrible, like her and her daughter. Her daughter don't fool with her. Her daughter don't fool with her. If you go look at some of her comments, she's begging, tell her when her daughter appreciates somebody, it's her aunt and her uncle and her dad before her dad passed. Rhonda, I'm gonna tell you, that's why, you know, everybody was like, she wasn't Kira. I even said it. Rhonda wasn't Kira's friend, but Kira loved Rhonda because she knew where she come from. She know what she has to deal with. And Rhonda, I'm not gonna say Rhonda don't love Kira. I'm not gonna say that. But I think Rhonda want to be loved. And if Mike did save her, she probably feel like she needs to be obligated and loyal to him. You get what I'm saying? But as for her mother, you know what I can do for her? Pray for her. Because you got other kids, and to say something so sick to like you said to me, that was sick. But to say something like you said to me, that I ain't got no time with my daughter, we got a God. You still got children in this world. What you speak, you can speak on yourself. You can curse yourself. Crystal, I didn't expect nothing less from her. She wasn't talking to me because I gave her money to bury her mom, and I let her sisters know that I did it. Because she didn't do right by their family at the time to bury their mom. So you mad at me because I helped you. And to say because I'm fat and lazy, I can't keep a man. Listen, a man ain't going I don't keep nobody that don't want to be kept. I'm not going to be with nobody just to say I got a man. If you that weak-minded, that's why your daughter is out here with every boyfriend that she had to beat the hell out of them. But I'm sorry. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to slander her or wish bad on her. She know how much Kira means to me. So for her,
slandering the daughter. As she should, okay? Because listen, you come after mine, everybody off limits. Everybody off limits, okay? So listen, I'm here for the slander because the way that Rhonda's mom, apparently her name's Crystal, or apparently the way Crystal came after Jolanda, oh, she gonna get all the smoke, okay? And I'm here for the smoke. Honey, I'm here for all the smoke, honey. She said, and that's why your daughter out here with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, because she don't know what her worth is. Child, I'm here for the slander. I'm here heavy on the slut shaming, heavy on that, okay? Shots fired. Child, let's get back to the interview.
Her to say that?
Yeah, that was wicked.
She did that to destroy me. But I'm telling you, I serve a God that I know that's who's keeping me through all of this. Because honestly, I would have lost my mind by now. I would be chased with the police. The police crashed into my truck and totaled my truck out.
Wow.
And she was still coming over here. She was still doing whatever because, like I said, I didn't like her. She know I didn't like her. We have a love-hate relationship. You know what I'm saying? But Kira loved her. And if my child loved her, I had to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I've been through a lot with that family. So they can portray me to be whatever they want. But one thing they can't say, nothing I said ain't the truth. Because I would not do anything that I have to lie about. Everything they want to do is lies. And I'm not doing that. Because at the end of the day, in order for God to work in my favor and give me what I need, I got to keep my spirit clean. I got to be that he can work in my favor. I'm not, everybody know my character. Everybody know my child. I could go there if you want me to go there. I can be very loving, you know? Only thing I want is answers. So I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I just want to know what happened.
Yes,
what
and that's
to my child.
Your daughter's friends. They should want you to have peace and closure to what happened to your baby. They should want that.
And I can't understand as parents that you're allowing your child to withhold the truth, or y'all withholding the truth. Because if it was the other way, other way around, Kira would have had third-degree burns trying to get run out that car. If it was the other way around, Kira would have been burnt, then whatever told the truth. If she had to go to jail, she would have went, because that's the type of person Kira is. And that's what I raised, you know? So for them to sit back and want to insult my character and go all around what the facts are your people lied about what happened. Just tell me the truth. From the police department, from the medical examiner, just tell me the truth. That's all I want. The truth. I have not had an accurate piece of evidence since July the 8th, 2022. And it's December the 5th, 2022.
Wow. That's sad. That's sad. Well, her mom stated that, you know, she gonna always have her daughter whether right, wrong, or indifferent. So,
and she did, and this is the wrong, and you see where we at.
Well, she said it, so there you have that. And I am so sorry this happened to your daughter. I am hoping that you can get justice served in this case because there is a lot of inconsistencies, misinformation in the reports, and you just don't. You looking for answers. You deserve to get those answers of what happened to your baby.
Yes. And I've been holding it in for so long because I didn't want to just tell. That's why I'm like, people was making up their own stories or whatever. I would never saying anything, you know. So I figured after me and my sister returned back from Maryland last week, I said, okay, it's time to get the truth out there. I got to.
So what are you doing now going forward from here?
From here, I'm writing letters to congressmen, sending letters out, trying to get, I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer that's going to support, you know, listen to what I'm telling you and not just think I'm trying to do a conspiracy, you know. I'm looking for somebody to just give me answers. I wanted to get out because I guess because I tagged them the day the police department told the lawyer that I had at the time right now that they'll give me a final police report in February.
February of next year?
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm like, what are y'all doing that it's taking?
More like, what are they covering up? What are they hiding?
Correct. So now that it's out there, everybody can form their own opinion and understand. I wasn't coming out to blame. I was coming out to get answers. That's it. When I first came out, I never mentioned Rhonda's name. I never mentioned Mike's name. People did that.
Yeah, because I never even heard of the story. And somebody reached out to me on Instagram and they said they follow me on TikTok. And she said, yeah, she said, I want you to cover. She said, can you cover this story for my friend? You know, her daughter has passed away and she needs questions and answers. She need to get her story out there. So, you know, I told her, I said, sure, I would. So, yeah, but I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I know there's nothing I can say or do that will bring you peace in this situation. Is there anything that, do you have like a GoFundMe or anything that you're doing like
no,
that the
ma'am.
public?
No, ma'am. I've been doing everything on my own. One thing I did, one thing my mom did always taught me was to take care of myself or whatever. I did have life insurance policies, you know, so I'm just, I don't care if I got to use every dime. I'm gonna get what I need. I don't want to just ask because people out there that probably really do need it. I feel like God got me. You know, he got me. I'm in a position that I'm okay. I just want answers. That's it. I'm not going back and forth with nobody anymore. I'm not mad at it. Even her family. I know her family loved Kira. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of her cousins stayed in contact with me. They love Kira. I'm not gonna deny that they don't love Kira, that they don't see Kira as part of the family. See, my problem with it, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even mad at her family here because they're here. They don't know the truth. They didn't know. They ain't nobody been down there. They only know what that girl Brenda's telling them, what they're being told from up there. So that's why I can't even get mad at them. I knew the truth. I never told them, and they probably don't know because they're just going by what they was told. They have to believe what she said, but I'm giving evidence now on what really is going on. So I understand their frustration and thinking I'm just trying to blame their niece. No, it's too many inconsistencies in this story, and I just want the truth. It's a lot.
Yep, it is a lot.
It's a lot.
So is there anything else that you want to tell us, or are we pretty much done here?
We're pretty much done, but I do want to tell people, like, even when like teenage girls, 20-year-olds, if your parents tell you something about a friend, listen. You have people. I used to tell my daughter, and she never understood when I used to tell. I said, Kira, she used to say, Mom, you think everybody jealous of me? You think everybody? I said, no, Kira. I'm not saying they should be, but they're not, you know, because that's how I joke. I said, but Kira, people be in secret competition with you and still be losing because they want what you have or want your life. You know, social media have brainwashed people so much to be something that they're not. That look how many parents are losing their kids. Look how much selfishness losing their kids. It ain't even affecting them. They ready to put long live so such and such and go on another day. But we as the parents, we gotta suffer through this, go the rest of our life without our kids. Value what you have. You know, find out who you are inside. Find out and be who you are. Stop trying to be what everybody else is because people know how to cover stuff up really good.
I agree with that.
Love yourself. If you don't have to have a man to love you. Love yourself. Look yourself in the eye and say, I'm good enough. Just be what you're supposed to be and stop destroying people's life by taking their kids untimely. Y'all didn't give me that child. God gave me that child, and it's unfair that y'all took my child.
I'm so sorry, Miss.
Stop just be real with yourself for once, people. Stop trying to be this and that. Be what was for right. Just be what's for right. Just let it be for right. I just wanna that was a friend saying set up a GoFundMe for a lawyer, but I whatever happens, I just I just want people to be for what's right. Because my baby didn't deserve it. I don't deserve this. My son don't deserve this. Because I know if it was the other way around, regardless how Krista might have felt about me, I would have been right by her side if it was Rhonda. So for her family to be coming at me like I done did something, like I done threatened this girl, I ain't threatened her. I did say I'm coming for y'all because I'm coming because I want to know the truth. I ain't coming to do nothing with nobody's life. Why would I take a life that I didn't put here? That's not my character. The hardest part is knowing at one point we was all like we was family. I done lost my child and you done told me your child gone like you didn't even give a damn. That I can't never see her again. I can't, because that was the most evil thing to ever say to a person.
That was very evil.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody listening to the story.
You're welcome.
And I'll keep you updated. And just pray for me mentally because it's getting overwhelming. And I just want to thank y'all. Thank you. I did not think I'd be this emotional.
Can y'all please type in the chats justice for Zkira? Is Zkira. Justice for Zkira, please. And share this out. We're now fighting for justice for Shanquilla, and we're fighting for justice for Zkira.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Limbo. I really do appreciate you.
I'm putting this makeup on. Don't ask no questions, okay? But this story is incredibly sad, and like they did her so they did her so dirty, and that's why we here at the Nosy Bystanders, we just gonna stay on their necks. I don't take kindly to people out here, not allowing people to get justice and not taking responsibility of murder or vehicular homicide. Okay, so hold on, y'all, 1 second. So I don't take foot on neck. That's right. So I'm gonna be sharing her story all week. Now I wanted to get to another story tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna finish up the week with this story because there's so many details. I want to get to the recordings. I want to get to Mr. Addison. Now the reason why Mr. Addison plays a key role, Coach Addison. Let me pull his image up here before we get going. The reason why we got to do a little bit of focus on Mr. Addison is because the story that he had shared, that his child was the one who was killed in that accident, and the question is, why would he say that? So we have to do a little bit of digging. When I spoke to Jolanda about the story, she stated that I said, do you think the police are corrupt? She's like, yes. And I think they're very close with Mr. Addison. I said, why do you say that? She's like, because he's incredibly affluent. He's incredibly wealthy. He's like extraordinarily wealthy. And she thinks that his son, allegedly, his son Aiden was in the car. And I think the way that he's acting is as if his son was driving, Does that make sense? Like his son was in the car, his son was driving, his son had something to do with it, and his close connection to the police department in the area and him having them not work with Jolanda because of that. So the reason why I want to focus on him is because I want to see if there's a connection between Mr. Addison and the local police department as to why she's not getting no justice and she's getting all these shifty answers. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. I'm glad we were able to watch her interview. And then tomorrow we can get into the deep dive with all the details. Because, honey, she sent all the receipts and she wasn't playing. So we're going to get to all those details. We'll be back our normal time because we came a little early because I wanted to check that interview. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, here at the Nosy Bystanders. And I promise you, I won't look this adorable. I'm gonna look like a hot mess. Okay, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye bye.